Everyone loves an underdog story. It's something a lot of people can rally behind because they like to see this little guy try to face these insurmountable odds and try to triumph and succeed over them. However, not many people can really encapsulate the idea of an underdog quite as well as current NBA superstar Jimmy Butler. I really admire Jimmy Butler's story because it's one that is filled of his tenacity and unwillingness to give up that allowed this Houston kid to become very successful. And it's a mindset that I try to apply to my own life to better it. However, how did the Jimmy Butler story unfold? It was September 19th, 1989. Jimmy Butler had just been brought into this world under not very great circumstances. He was being born into an impoverished household, and then to add insult to injury, his father left right after he was born. And according to the Federal Interagency Forum on Child and Family Statistics, this would and could affect Jimmy Butler socially, emotionally, and financially. They also said that Jimmy Butler was in a case where growing up, he would have an increased chance of becoming a teen parent, would have an increased chance of dropping out of high school, would have an increased chance of being and staying poor, have an increased chance of committing crimes in the future, and have an increased chance of falling into drug use in the future. All this data is supported by Sarah McClanahan and Gary Sonnefer's book, Growing Up with a Single Parent, What Hurts, What Helps. Jimmy Butler was already put at a pretty big disadvantage with 77% of other American teenagers having both their parents. And being put at this uneven playing field, it was a salt to the wound when at the age of 13, he was kicked out of his own house by his own mother because she could not stand him anymore. This pushed him to the minority of 23% of people with only one parent, to the even smaller minority of 10% of teens with no parents and becoming homeless. This allowed very little options for Jimmy Butler. However, he chose to couch surf on his friends' families' couches of whoever would let him. He lived on their generosity. However, he would never overstay his welcome. Until one day he met this boy named Jordan Leslie, and Jordan's family made him one of their own. They opened the doors not only to their household, but to their family as well. And it was one of the first abilities that Jimmy Butler had ever had. However, that wasn't the only stability in his life. The other stability was his passion for basketball, and he wanted it to make it his life. However, out of high school, he could not get any D1 offers because they felt like he was not good enough to be a D1 player. So he went to Tyler Junior College, and JUCO isn't really known to make a bunch of high-level athletes. However, he worked his butt off and went to Marquette University on a scholarship, which is a D1 program. However, just because he made D1 basketball, he felt that there was still some disconnect to his life. He wanted to quit basketball because he felt it was too far away from home. It was too different of a scene, and he felt like he wasn't getting enough playing time on the team. However, he decided to stay and continue to work. This work got the attention of some NBA scouts, and he worked his way into the NBA. However, just because he made the NBA didn't mean his mindset stopped there. He'd always been labeled as a man with great character, and nothing really captures this as much as the infamous incident of 2018, where he was unhappy with his team and challenged the starting five with a team of third stringers and beat them. And just these little things that happened throughout Jimmy Butler's entire life really kind of showed me what kind of character he is and how that character really elevated him into the man he is today and how successful he is today. He sees what he wants and he works for it. He works for it so he can obtain and grab whatever he feels like he's owed and due. He's truly inspiration for me, and the information I learned about his life really changed mine for the better.